Hey folks, Board Bob here. We're back with Factorio modded. Excuse me. A couple of things done while we were away last time. I started making those little polls. I figured, what the heck? Now we get the robots. We can just do requester chests. It wasn't worth snaking the stuff in. Um, Excuse me. And on the same light, we're going to do another something else. Same way. We're going to set something else up here real quick. So we're going to put down an assembler, and anywhere is really good. We can, you know, place it here is good enough, right? And then we're going to want, where are they? Where are they? Where are they? We're going to want a couple of requester chests. We're going to want 3 of them actually. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to want some inserters, and then we're going to want a Gazauta, and we're going to want a passive provider chest. Speaking of passive provider chests, off camera I went around and I set up passive providers for just about everything in the factory, so that we can get everything picked up and go about our business. So we're going to limit this side to, let's do 4 stacks. And then this side, we are going to request coal, and we're going to limit that to, yeah, again, 4 stacks is plenty, I think. We're also going to request explosives, and we'll do 4 stacks with that as well. And we're going to request grenades. Oops. And we're going to limit that to 4 stacks as well. Good enough. So what we're going to tell this to make is cluster grenades. I tried them out. I built some by hand, and they're pretty cool. So we're gonna make ourselves some cluster grenades. Let's put down a substation here to power everything up, and get out of our way and drop it on our head. There we go. And that's that. So we'll just let that cook, and we'll come back and get them later, because we've got some building, we got some in hand. I just wanted to get it set up to actually make them, because they're kind of nice. All right, so if you guys remember, last episode or the episode before, we managed to get the technology for Art's Fusion Reactor. So I went ahead and started saving up and what have you, and we have everything needed to put this sucker together. We have 5 portable fusion reactors. We have 15 productivity module 3s. We have the 30 heat pipes, the 50 explosives, 200 wires easy, 500 concretes easy. It was them freaking portable fusion reactors, man, was tough to get. Anyway, let's go ahead and build this thing. I mean, that was kind of what established the idea of this series, was the idea of doing these mods based on, like I say, what I had, a comment that I had heard Joe Mama make regarding fusion reactors and why weren't they in the game and this and that and the other. So that's what started it. And we're going to have to wait for the grenades to cook before we let that cook. So while we're going to put it down here somewhere near our power plant. But while we're at it, let me show you what I did with the rail system. I added another mod, by the way. Pretty minor mod. It's a sound mod, and we'll show you that in just a second. So what I did is I set up right here. This is our supply train. This is the one that we're going to be using to get all of our supplies for building railroads, which is what we're going to do today. So I have one car that's going to be nothing but walls, because we use a butt ton of walls in our setup. One car that's going to be nothing but rails, one that's going to be nothing but solar, one that's going to be nothing but accumulators, one that's going to be nothing but lasers. This last car is going to be a mixed bag, and I set the requester chests up to request specific amounts of each of these things, and I'm hoping that generally speaking it'll get the stuff in the rail car. It's not going to be perfect, it's not going to be the right amounts necessarily, but it's going to have everything close that we'll be able to you know, pick and choose from and grab things from, and kind of, you know, move ourselves along. And if there's something we have to go back and get an individual item or whatever, we can. But this rail car is going to be our kind of our specialty rail car. And this thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars long and 2 engines, because it's going to be kind of slow. And I set it up so it's got fuel. It refuels while it's here at this stop, and it's only got two stops on the route: construction and supplies. Supplies it picks up, construction it drops off. So, you know, easy peasy. It'll go wherever we go. It's kind of like my buddy, right? So then I set up a second rail siding because we had all those trains backed up. As you can see, we're generally keeping up on our ore. It's not perfect because we only got one rail siding down the other end. We got multiple rail sidings here, but we'll make it work. Again, we got requester chests for our fuel, and they're automatically loading each of the trains. I set this up over here. This is kind of my where do I put all my wood area. I should probably put down another couple of chests, or what I should really probably do is put down some steel chests and just have it feed into the steel chest. But for right now, we're just going to do this. We're just going to put these down, and we're going to tell it to fill it up with wood, right? Oh wait, these are passive providers. Never mind. We're gonna have to put down some requesters and so that all our wood goes in here. Let's do that real quick. There they are. All right, and we'll come back later and set this up properly. We'll put inserters and everything else. I want this to have a means by which we can store all of our wood in one place, and just be done with it as we drop it off. You know what, we'll do one for now. We'll see how that goes, because I am using wood for those poles and that sort of thing, so that'll fill up. I made another loop-de-loop-de here, and this one is called train stop trash truck. And what this is set up to do is I have a train and I'll show it to you, that is just an engine and one car. And what it's going to do is it's going to come over here to this rail siding and immediately unload everything into these active provider chests. Now, the difference between active provider chests and passive provider chests is passive provider chests just sit there, hold the stuff that's in them, and say, here's my stuff, if you want it, come get it. Active provider chests want to be empty. So anything you put in them, it's going to push it out into the logistics system. So if you have storage space, it's putting it in storage chest, it's sending it wherever it can send it. It doesn't want it. So what I did is I set up 4 of those so that when this train comes up, right, and that car stops, anything that's in that car will be loaded into those chests, and then it'll be forced out into the storage system of the logistics network. So that's what this is. This is basically our landfill. This is our dump. This is where we're getting rid of stuff and getting it out of our pockets. Okay, so let's go on over here. Now, as you can see, I worked these in so that these can either go that way or that way, because once we get going here, we're going out to the east, and we're going to have iron trains coming in from the east, so excuse me, they're going to want to have to get back there without having to go all the way down to the traffic circle to do it. Now this trash truck is going to have to go all the way down to the circle to do it. Now here we go. Here's the little fun thing I did. I added a sound mod that just has some extra sounds, and I put up a gate all the way across here because I didn't have wall. Down the other end, I put up just walls where the train comes in, or gates where the trains come in. The rest of it's walls. But check it out. So the train's coming, right? We got a train sound, you know, the railroad crossing sound. I don't know. I thought it was cool, so I threw it in here. What I want to do eventually, because I've got this set up on local. If we'll take a look at it here real quick. So this is set up. I don't want global playback because it's going to hear it everywhere and it's going to be a pain in the ass and you're going to get real tired of it real quick. Now there's other things you can set it for, but what I did is I set it for G greater than 0, and then I just set alarm crossing bells. There's a bunch of them in here. A lot of them are the game sounds. So there we go. So anyway, when G is greater than 0, this is going to play. Now I set the gates to transmit 0. Read sensor and transmit 0. Same as we do with our safety gates. The only difference is now instead of going to a signal, it's going to a speaker. So the reason I did that is that every time a train comes through here and opens this gate up, if I'm close enough, there we go, I'll get a little notification that train's coming. I can be a little more aware of not standing on the railroad track and get my ass run over if I hear it. I thought what I want to eventually try and do is I want to set it up so that it's kind of the same thing with these gates. But what I'd like to do is have, when the train comes along, have it trip a sensor and have that sensor turn on that bell for the time frame that the train is, say, from here to here, or from here, and then set a countdown timer that it turns it back off, you know, at some point, and we can play with the timing on that. So that's what I want to try and do for these. I'd like to set these up for these gates because I know from having watched Joe Mama when he was setting his up, he got hit by his train. Because there is the possibility of doing so if you get in just the right positions in here. So it's not a foolproof, fail-safe system, but it does work. But I thought with a little bit of improvement, it would be even better. So there's that. So let's go down here, and I'm going to show you this trash train. I'll show you what I did. So I made like a little rail siding, or a little, not really even a rail siding. I just took advantage of these crossovers that we put in, right? And I just decided to take one of these crossovers and stick a train station here, right? And by doing that, we have this train that's here, and I just threw some stuff in there as an example. So this is called Dumpster, is the name of this stop, is Dumpster. And this train only has, oh, and I misspelled truck, didn't I? I just noticed that. It only has 2 stops, trash truck and dumpster. So what it's going to do is, and I can put this anywhere, it just happens to be here for right now. If I'm trying to get rid of stuff in my hand, I don't want to sort it, I don't want to this, that, and the other, I can just throw it in these bins, let the bins take care of it. So let's go in, get in our train, and we will go to, so that we're at dumpster, right? Because that's, you know, it's a dumpster. And then we're going to go to trash truck, and we're going to get rid of our trash. So let's go get rid of our trash. And it's just a you know, just a convenient little helpful thing that you know, I just thought it would be nice to have, to be able to get rid of the stuff. And like I say, this is just going to empty this out, and you see immediately they're going to come along and take all that crap out of those chests and do something with it, right? Now I've got it set for 30 seconds right now. We'll see if 30 seconds works well enough. If not, we'll change it to something else. But you can always make loops. It doesn't matter. It's set to wait until it's full, and once it's full, it leaves. What I may do is set it. I think it's set to. It may even be set to full and empty. I'll have to look. So then it comes around and goes back to the dumpster, and it's ready for more. And it will just sit there and wait. So trash truck is okay. So I did set it for empty and full. So it's not going to do anything unless it's calling for something. And I set up fueling over there for it. So it's just going to sit here and take up space. Now right now it's just here on the line. We're not going to leave it here because this will be in the way. But it is a start, and we got that going. So now we've got over here, right here is our construction stop, right? And that can be moved to pretty much anywhere down the line. I know there's not going to be any trains coming this way because everybody's going over to that other ore patch right now. So if I have it park here, I can, while I'm out here building stuff, and I can be out here building whatever, and I can start expanding my train line, I can come back here and I can get stuff out of this train without having to go all the way back to the main house. Then, as I get further along, I can pick up that rail station, move it out here, sit it down, and that train will follow me out. And once it's empty, once I've got everything out of it, or if I send it back manually, it'll go back. Those requester chests will fill it up, and it will come back with more stuff. So we don't have to continually go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We'll see how it works as far as what all I've got set up to be inserted into the train. We may end up changing it and making two trains that are smaller so that we have, more control over what comes and this and that and the other. But we're gonna play with it. We're gonna see what works best for us for now. Now down the road, that will change. We're gonna set up a different way of doing it, and we're gonna learn it together when the time comes, because I've not used it before, but there's a mod that I want to check out and see how it goes. So this is going to be, like I say, this is going to be our supply train, and that's going to get us going. How are we on these? Oh, I'd like to cancel it, but then I'm going to end up with a whole buttload of stuff that I can't get rid of. But for right now, let's take those off our inventory, off of our requests, though, because we don't need them right now. Let's get rid of that piece of iron because we really don't need it. We don't need the explosives anymore. This, I want to do this. I want to make this with it. All right, there we go. So that's now it looks like we got two portable fusion reactors going, but we don't. One of them is one and one of them is the other. So that has freed up some space. Let's see if we can free up some more space. It's almost done though. So let's take a walk down here and see where we're going to put this sucker. I don't know what it takes. I don't know what it needs for fuel. I don't know if it needs to be hooked up to water. I don't know anything about this thing. There's no description that I could find. There's no discussion that I could find specifically for this reactor. So I don't know if it's even gonna work when we put it down. What we have to put into it. Do we have to be processing fuel to put fuel in it? I don't know what, we'll see. So we'll find out. It's all about learning, right? So every day is a new experience. You should learn something new every day, and we're going to learn something new today. And we'll plop it down somewhere here next to our other power plant. So let's take a looky-loo. I did a bit more of a walkabout. And one of the things that we are up against right now is we are, as you can see, out of stone completely. We finally cleared that patch up. It's gone. We are completely out of stone. So I did a little bit of a walkabout because I know we are planning to come over here and get this 10 million iron, right? And if you look, we're burning through iron. We're already down to under 6 million from an ore patch that was 10 million when we started. Now there's another ore patch here that's 2 million, but there's one up here that's like 13. So that's pretty darn good. So we got the 10 here, we got the 13 over there. We're going to be okay for iron, but we need to start heading in that direction. But we also need stone. And this patch right here is 9 million, almost 10 million stone. So when we come out, we're going to dog leg up here so that we can pick up this iron ore. And we're not going to pick up the ore itself. We're going to just process it on site and bring the plates back. But we can continue to go north and work on getting up here, to where this stone is. So I did a walkabout. As you can see, there's another 13 million iron ore patch. And I cleared some of the biters out so they won't give us too much of a hassle on our way up here. Plus, I wanted to see what was around so we kind of see which direction to go. So there we go. We're looking pretty good. As you can see, the robots were doing a pretty good job of getting the concrete filled in right up until we ran out of concrete. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so it looks like this thing is done. Let's go look for it. We want to make sure we get the right one. So this one is Fusion Reactor from Arts Fusion Reactor. There should be another one. Okay, there's our portable reactor. Let's do this. Let's take this, put our portable reactor in here, and that's why I did it. I wanted 3 of them so that we can have power to run these bots, and not have to worry about them dying on us while we're out setting up railroads. And we can take some of the shielding out and what have you. Probably take out a couple of the exoskeletons because we don't really need to be running fast while we're trying to build anyway. Alright, so there we go. So that's in there so that we don't mistake the two. So now let's grab this sucker and let's see what it looks like. Well, it's bigger than the other one, but it looks the same as the other one. I don't see... It's not indicating on the ground, say, where the edges. Oh, there we go. There's the. All right, so it's green. I guess I can put it down when it's green. I don't know how many. It doesn't. It looks like it's just as much as the base. I mean, it doesn't look like it extends out. You don't have to give it room. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna put it up here anyway. I'm gonna put it kind of, space it off of here in case we got to run water to it. In case we got to do whatever to it. Let's throw this puppy down. So there it is. Alright, so we need power. So let's hook up power. Alright, we got power. Now what? I don't see any kind of, input or anything. Let's click on it. You can't click on it. Can't open it, it doesn't seem. Alright, says fluid consumption 10 per second. Maybe we do have to run water to it. Do we need water? I don't see where the water would hook up, but maybe we need to hook up water to it. Where's my elbows? I thought I had elbows. I got straight pipe but no elbows. Figures. Alright, let me grab some elbows. Bring me elbows. So let's look and see if it added anything to our... Okay, well, right there. Whoa. Alright, we haven't put anything in it, but it's already carrying 35 megawatts and it's going up. Wow. It's still climbing. This thing's not going to blow up on us, is it? All right, let's give this a second and see what it does. So it's still climbing. Max output power 149 megawatts. Fluid consumption 60 per second. Maximum temperature 5,000 degrees C. So does it have to be hooked? So can we hook heat pipes to it and run steam? But it looks like, okay, I'm confused. It looks like it's carrying load already, 149 megawatts. So it's just producing power by itself. Okay, so what do we got here? Health is 100 out of 100. Maximum power output 149 megawatts. Maximum temperature 5,000 degrees C. Temperature 5,000 degrees C. Something that looks kind of like steam, but it's yellow. Can we? No, because we can't see. We can't open it, so we can't know what that is. Polymerization. Okay. Performance, available performance. It looks like it's the fluid consumption's dropping. And the other thing is wavering. Is it, let's see what the electric's doing. Okay, well, solar power is going up because of the solar panels, because it's now 4 in the morning. So I guess it's still picking up load of whatever's from the panels. We'll have to stress the system and see what this does. Fluid consumption 16 out of 60 per second. I don't know. Well, let's do this. Let's put a chest here, and let's put, oops, okay, so there's the edge of it. Let's put that there, and we'll put a chest here. I guess that's close. Yeah, it's got to be close enough, and we'll see if it takes anything out. My steam engines aren't running. It's not pulling off the accumulators. 133 megawatts. It looks like the solar panels are making up for, or it's making up for whatever the solar panels aren't producing. Looks like it's kind of free energy. Not really. I mean, it's fusion, but maybe it runs out after a while. Maybe you can't fuel it. Maybe it runs through, and after a while it runs out. Why is it jumping? Oh, lasers. Maybe after a while it runs out. I wonder what the pollution looks like on this thing. Well, we're pretty polluted anyway. I don't know. Oh well, I don't know. Got me. We're going to leave it there. We'll see what it does. We'll come back and look at it later. So we got 99.8. I don't know what that is though. And like I say, if anybody knows anything about this thing, let me know, because it's not in the, I mean, there's no discussion about it or anything else. It just tells you that it is what it is, and that's it. So I don't know. Anyway, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and get rolling on tracks, shall we? Oh, I don't have my roboports in. That would help. All right, so what are we going to take out here? We're going to take out one of our exoskeletons. Where's our roboports? We got 4 of them. So there's 2 of them. I want to keep my shields in. Let's take out 2 exoskeletons, and let's put in all 4 roboports. All right. Now we're still in the construction zone, so I think it took them way over there. So now, where is our choo-choo train blueprints? All right. So the first thing we're going to put is a gate. We're going to put our crossing gate. Right? We always put a crossing gate. And we're going to see if we can line these tracks up properly. Yes. Awesome. So shift, because we got some overlap that's not matching up. And left click. And then let's get out of the way so that we don't get trapped. Oh, do I have... I think those are set up for green wires. I don't have any green wires on me. Great. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go in here. We are inside the logistics network, and let's ask for some green wires. There we go. I wonder if we should go over there and hook a pipe up to that thing. We're just going to leave it sit. We're going to see what it does. We're going to leave it alone. We're going to see what it does, and see if it fouls us up. I think that's the plan, guys. I think we're just going to leave it alone and see whether it blows us up or not. And if it continues to, you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? So if it's working, I'm gonna let it be. Now, if it is working and it continues to work, and we don't have to fuel it, and we don't have to take anything out of it, and what have you, I'm not so sure I'm going to keep using it. It just seems a little cheaty to me if that's the case. It's maybe too overpowered because you don't have to put anything in it. You don't have to work for it. Now, admittedly, that's sort of the theory behind fusion power, is it's clean and it's self-sustaining and all of that, but only to a point. Alright, looks like we need to... Are we getting something shot at us? Where? Oh, down there. Minor. Okay. Whoa. We're gonna have to get down and fix that at some point. We got no power down there. We'll have to fix that. All right. So let's. Oh, there comes our green wire. Let's save them a little bit of a trip. Where are they putting it? There it is. Okay, now we got 200. Let's go over here and hook our green wire up. See what I mean? If you heard that all over the map, every time a train went through with as much trains as we have going down the other end, that would get old real damn quick. But if it was on these gates and it was only set to local, it would be a nice little warning that, hey, you're fixing to get run over. So I think we've got, okay, so everything's within our area. So this must be all just stuff we're missing. Lasers, walls, gates. Yeah. And is that the old? No, it's not. It's because that's what's on the gate. Okay. So we're gonna have to call our train and get our train over here. Alright, so let's see our train network. We should have one at supplies. That's the one we want. It should be ready to come on over to construction. Come on over. Red Rover, Red Rover. Are you heading out? Yep, you're heading out. Good. So it should stop. It's going to be a little bit long. It actually comes all the way to here. So it kind of goes around that corner a little bit, but there it is. So now we got this train that we can work from, and we can turn this off, set it to manual, shut it down. It won't waste fuel, it won't this and it won't that and the other, and it won't go nowhere. So what it looks like what we're going to need a bunch of solar panels. We're going to need a bunch of accumulators. And while we're working, we're turning this sucker off because that's going to drive me batshit crazy. Where'd I put it? There it is. All right. There we go. So now let's grab ourselves some solar panels and some accumulators. Let's go back on out here. And let these suckers go to work. Over a little. Oh, we should have got walls too, apparently. We're out of walls. Alright, well, we're going to have to go back and get some stuff in a minute anyway. We'll let it do what it's got to do, and then we'll go grab some walls. Alright. So we're going to need walls, we're going to need lasers. Where's our walls? Here's our walls. So let's grab some walls and let's grab some lasers. Oops. Let's see if we can consolidate things and make another space. No, okay. That's fine. This will start clearing itself out soon enough. But again, we don't, you know, it's nice we don't have to go all the way back. We're going to need gates too. If you guys would keep up and you wouldn't and get inside quicker, you wouldn't have to run out of power. All right, so we're out of, looks like we're out of walls again. Let's let it finish up the lasers. Come on. So walls and gates. Looks like we got all the lasers done. So lasers can go back in here if there's any left. And then we want walls. And we want gates. And gates are in our mixed bag. Right. We're going to probably need more gates than that, but we'll see. I think it's something stupid like 100 gates for this thing. I wouldn't say stupid, but considerable amount. Yeah, I built this. I kind of overbuilt it a little bit, but you know what? I kind of like the looks of it and how it functions, so I'm definitely not complaining. It worked quite well for us the last time around, and I think it's something I'm going to be using a fair amount. See if this will finish out our gates. Almost, not quite. How many we need? 3. Figures. 3 gates and some lights. Now it needs a chain signal too, and that's for the gates to operate. And I don't think I put chain signals on here. So let's see. It needs more gates. You know what? Let's put the radar there. Let's grab the lights. That'll make us happy. All right, can we make chain signal? No, we need green circuits and iron plates. What are we missing? Chain signals, that's all. All we're missing is chain signals. Although, yeah. Yep. So that's got everything it needs. That's got everything it needs. Alright, you guys pack up and go to bed. Alright, well, chain signals, we'll bring the chain signals down, no big deal. But we're gonna have to put a gate in there if we want to use this walkway system, I guess, huh? Alright, so now what are we gonna do next? What is our next extension? Let's look at the map. Let's go over here and take a look at the map and see. Alright, so turn off the pollution. Come on, turn off the pollution. There we go. So now we want to go up this way. So I think we want to do a dog leg right off the bat. We're going to cover this copper up, but it's only 700K. It's not that big of a deal. So let's grab our dog leg next. 45. Come on, where's my 45? There's my 45. Is that the only one? There's the other one. Right? Right. Alright, so let's... Now some of these are a little hard to see the entire thing all on there at once. So you just kind of got to guesstimate and say, okay, we're gonna trust it to do what it's got to do. So let's trust it to do what it's got to do, shall we? Let's make sure we're on the railroad track and we're not trapped. walls, we're going to need lasers, we know that. Some of this stuff we can probably get out of our hand for now. We brought it out here in case we needed it when we got up to the thing. So when we go back to the train to grab supplies, we'll get rid of the stuff we don't need. Alright, well, we're getting there. A lot faster than doing it by hand. That's for darn sure. A lot more accurate, too. I mean, sure, it's not perfect, but, you know, it's could be a lot worse. Surprised it's not yelling at me about it. Yep, it is yelling at me about a RoboPort. So we need walls. We need, what do we got? Alright, so let's go back and get some more. And then probably what we'll do is after this section, we'll pull the train forward again and go from there. So, we need lasers. We need walls. So it looks to me like once we get our loadout figured out as to exactly what our loadout needs to be, that we're going to be able to carry, it looks like probably about 2 sections worth of track on the train at a time. Well, actually, no. What am I saying? Because we've only done 2 sections, it's really not empty. We just got to get the loadout right. Why are there repair bots? What are you repairing already? Got me. Alright, so it looks like we need solar panels. substations. So let's grab a stack of substations. Now I said I was going to get this stuff and put it in here, didn't I? Let's keep our word here. There we go. That frees up some space. I'm gonna probably want another stack of train signals. Let's grab a second stack of substations. We don't need gates right now. So that's it for that one. Let's max the rest out with solar panels. There we go. So I suppose what I could do is I could sit down with the blueprints and I could list out everything that's in the blueprints. Are we missing a substation there? Is that the deal? Apparently it did not put one in the blueprint. Are we out of substations? Wow. That uses a lot of substations. Oh no, there they are. I was going to say, I didn't realize it used that many substations. Damn. But it doesn't. There we go. Now it is going to yell about robo parts, and I did bring some with, I think. I'll have to look. But I'm not going to get too worried if I didn't. Because if we put the robo ports in, they're just going to start stealing my stuff anyway. Alright, what are we missing? We're missing lights and a robo port. Not bad. Not bad at all, guys. So, before we go get stuff, let's put down as much as we can put down, right? Take a looky-loo at the map again, see where we're headed, how we're doing. We might catch a teeny tiny sliver of that iron patch, but I don't think so. I think we're going to pass it. So we're going to go a couple more diagonals, and then we're going to move our dog leg up again, because that way we can pick off and come down and what have you. So couple diagonals. There we go. Is that the big one? That's the big one, right? Yep, that's the big one. Al Bundy's favorite magazine. Alright, let's see how bestest we can link this up. It's a little hard to see. Where's the substation? There's the substation, there's the substation. I just want to make sure the substations connect. Everything else, you know, we can finagle. As long as the substations line, connect. That's our big concern. Get off the track. Alrighty, so we're cooking right along. So that's what, 3 sections that we were able to use. We don't need a crossover because we've got a roundabout, so we don't really need the crossover. It can always go through the roundabout if it needs to. But I did want to have the gate. I like having gates every so often so we can cross over the tracks without, having to tear walls down and this and that and the other. Just it makes good sense. So what? Accumulators and solar panels. Those are going to be our accumulators, solar panels, and walls are going to be our big customers on these builds, I am sure. And the thing about that is I just assume get those in, and you know, even if we didn't have the track, if we ran out of track, I'd be happy with that, as long as we get the walls, the lasers, and the solar panels and accumulators in, because those are what's going to protect us. You know, the rest of the stuff can come afterwards. You know, the lights and all that crap. You missed some walls. Are you out of wall? Oh, you're out of walls. Okay. So you are probably out of a lot of things then. Well, we're not on track. Got that. And we got substations. So even though we don't have the walls, we get the lasers, and that effectively gives us sort of a wall. A wall of light. Light bright, making things with light. Alright, so solar panels, accumulators, and walls, right? Solar panels, accumulators, walls, and lights. Yeah, so about what we figured. But man, we're trucking right along with this. Speaking of trucking right along, let's pull the train up further. The whole point of having it, right? Let's pull our train up a little further. It would be nice if we could somehow make the train a rolling parts depot that the bots would pull straight out of. That'd be nice. I don't want to get too much head of steam up, because I know we're going to run out of track here soon. And I don't want to crunch my train. There we go. You know what? Let's pull ahead a little further so I can get access to these cars. There we go. Alright. So run down here and get ourselves... Let's do the walls first. Because if we do the solar panels, we run the risk of boxing ourselves in. Well, you know what? And the see what I mean? Let's grab some accumulators as well. That side's completed. Where are you guys going? Get back up here. Oh, there's a section of wall down here. I see it. So once we get this all built, we're going to have to send the inspectors through and do acceptance testing on it so that we know it's right. And in other words, we'll have to drive it with the train. So we can pay our contractors. The sweet, sweet sound of massive building construction. Where's the why does it do that? Guys, you know, you have walls right there, and somebody can do. There's probably a robot somewhere who's just about, there they are, right there. Stupid things, just about out of energy. And of course we can't let somebody else do it, because those ones are assigned to it. And no matter how long it's going to sit, right? Alright, solar panels. Let's grab our solar panels. And let's do this. Let's just grab as many as we can grab, and let's get out of the way. Get over here on the track. Come on. Everybody get on the bob train. I know I got some panels over here that aren't installed yet. Got a lot of them. More than I thought. So yeah, if anybody knows anything about that Arts Fusion Reactor mod, let me know, because it's just weird. I'm sitting here trying to think of what, you know, maybe it's part of another mod. Could that be it? Is that it's part of another, you know, there's more to the mod than just the reactor? Maybe it was a supplement to it. I'll have to go look through the thing and see if there's any more Arts is the guy's name, I guess, mod, or at least his screen name or whatever. So, alright, so let's dogleg it up and around this lake if we can. We want to miss that lake, right? So let's get rid of the trees, because we got, God knows, we got enough wood as it is at the house. There we go. Anything else, we'll pick it up. It doesn't, I'm not going to get anal retentive about it, but so let's find our dog leg. All right, so there's our dog leg with to the other direction. Let's get down here so we can see what we're hooking up. Alright, so that lines up right there, but do the subs hook up? It's hard to tell. What if we come down? Yeah, I suspect, oh, that's a sub there. Alright, so that's a sub on the tip. So if that sub hooks into that system, and we do this, well, that's close, right? But it doesn't seem to line up correctly. So maybe that sub needs to go away. Either way, the rails line up. Looks like the lasers line up. We'll play with the substations later, and we'll play with the panels later. Let's get her going. Stay on the rail. Stay out of the way. Stay on target. Stay on target. How we doing on supplies? Yeah, we're cooking our way through them walls pretty quick. The lasers not so much. We're doing all right on the lasers. We're definitely maybe we'll have to put 2 train cars worth of walls on it. Although we ain't doing bad. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of track so far, guys. A lot better than what we were doing in the last game, where we were doing 1 section at a time. And once again, we're out of solar panels, obviously. Solar panels is going to be our other big ticket item, I think. Let's let it finish up these lasers so we get at least some protection. Looks like all the track is in. All the lasers are in. I don't see any flashy. I got no power. Oop, missed it by that much. Of course, we're not going to be able to get down the side of the train now, maybe. Can we reach it? No, we can't reach it from there. So if we stay to this outside, we might be able to, there we go. So if we stay on the outside track, when we got to pick stuff up, it looks like we'll be able to do what we need to do. What else are we missing? Lights. Of course we're missing lights. So let's see if we can't get to this, or see if I can turn my, make a liar out of myself here. Alright, not gonna make it for that one. Alright, that's okay though. All we need is lights. We'll move the train forward some more and we'll get lights. Let's keep on keeping on. We'll see how far we can go before we have to go back. Oh, and I forgot walls. I forgot to grab walls. Alright, well, we'll grab walls next. Alright, what do we need? Substations, walls, lights, and accumulators. Wow. A little bit of everything. Well, only one substation though. Oops. Yeah. Walls, right? Walls. Done with those. There we go. So it's beginning to look like this may be our last section. I hear you. Let's go over here and put it down. Hey, there's a wall that needs to go there. It's probably this guy here, isn't it? Come on, hop along. Yep, see? Thought so. Right, so lights and substation. One substation and a number of lights. Alright, fine. go get a twain. This is not a charade. Try it again with feelings. Manual, okay. And you know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to make the turn. Let's back ourselves up a little bit so we can get through here. I think, maybe not, maybe trap ourselves. Of course we're going to trap ourselves. How about right here? Can we get past? No. Yes. All right. So we wanted lights, right? And we wanted substations. So there's lights. But I didn't even put them down, man. And there's substation. Let's go down here and install this substation. Boom. There we go. How far down we got to go with lights? How far are we missing lights? Oh, we're missing lights on half the train because half the track because we didn't do them when we were down here before. That's all right. We're out of lights anyway. All right, so let's see where we stand. We still have some track. We still have some lasers. We still have some walls. And let's see what we got on the train. And on the train, we got plenty of tracks. Right? We got 4,000 tracks. We ain't even touched the track on the train yet. So we can stop carrying the track, I think. Solar panels were okay on, I guess. That sucker's empty. What was that? That's accumulators. Oh, that was our walls. This was walls, I think. And this is all we got left in the way of walls, is what's right there. And then this is lasers, and this is our junk train. We got 1.6K of lasers left. We're not doing half as terrible as we could be. All right, so let's do this. Let's see if we can get past this sucker. That is the downside, I guess, if you will, with having put these solar panels in and everything else, is that it's hard to get past them. But on the flip side, how often are you actually going to be getting past them anyway? So now let's look at this for a minute. All right, we're going to need a rail siding here, which means we're going to need an exit off our tracks there. We're going to want to go north, so we're going to want one there too. Or we want to go, or do we want to come back this way? Because if, you know what? Yes, we do, because then we can up this way. So let's put a four-way here. Let's put our four-way here, because then we can loop back for this, pick this up. All right, let's put a four-way in. Man, when you guys are tired, you're tired. And this is going to be our last hurrah for this. We're going to put this four-way in, and then we're going to go back home and restock the train and call it a video. Actually, we're going to call it a video before we even restock the train, but all right, that looks like they are hooked up. So, ooh, That puts it right into that lake, doesn't it? It kind of puts it right into that lake. Maybe we want to go up one. Do we got a short straight? We got a short straight, I think, or we got something that's straight. I don't think we need a changeover because we just did one. Let's put in this. We can either put this in or we can put a gate in. And you know what? We're going to put a gate in because we're putting a four-way. And I'm usually in the habit of putting the gates in with the four-ways. And we haven't had a gate in a little bit. Let's put the gate in. And then we're going to put a four-way in. And that'll still allow us to loop back and grab that one patch. So let's put this in right here. I know we're not going to have everything because we don't have the gates. Well, we've got gates, but pretty certain we don't have enough gates. But that's okay. We're going to get this laid down, what we can of it. And then that's that, I think. But it's coming together nice. It's coming together pretty quickly, I think. So, you know, there we go. Oops. Let's give them not so far to fly. Looking good. Oh, we need a substation. Are we out of substations again already? Shouldn't be out of substations already. There's like 50 in a stack. I guess we're out of substations already. Wow, that didn't take long. I mean, I expect us to be out of solar and walls, but substations, damn. I didn't realize there was that many in one of these things. How are we doing on lasers? We're out of lasers as well. Alright. Come on, Tweaky. Beady, 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 beady. Way to go, Buck. Anybody remember that show? Just me. Alright, let's grab a pile of lasers. Let's grab a stack of substations. What else did we say we were missing? Solar panels. All the way in the front of the train. So, let's see. This little experiment gave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections of track in one train load. That's pretty darn good. I mean, we didn't completely finish 5 sections. I mean, there's some small things we're needing. We need to carry more gates with us. and then chain signals. We didn't have any chain signals, and we need some for these gated sections. But overall, I think that's going to do us well. How much we got left? Do we got any? We got some walls left. We can grab these walls. And grab them walls. That gives us a few walls. It gives us a few that, right? Because you know what? We got this far. We're ready for that circle. Let's put that circle in. There it is. There's our four-way, right? And it's going to hit this lake, but we can fill in the lake a little bit because we're gonna mine all of this. We'll probably bring it up here and smelt it anyway. So that gives us room to do that, and then we build a siding and then ship it back home to Mama. As long as we don't send it in a cardboard box, we'll be okay. Come on, mouse. I know. I need a new mouse pad. Tough shit. Alright, is the subs hooking up? That's what I want to know. Is that sub hooking up? I know the other ones are because I can see them. But that one I can't see. Because it should throw a wire up. But I ain't seeing one. But I know the other ones are hooking up. So we'll just go with it. And then we'll correct it later if we have to. So there we go. Right there. Right? Good enough. No guts, no glory. On the other hand, we also have no Gloria Gainer, so we won't have any hot stuff. Oh, player's inventory is full. Kiss my butt. Let's put it on there. Now I'm not full. You're full. Even if we can get this four-way partially started, these four-ways are pretty big. If we can get this four-way partially started with what came out of that train, you know, I'm not going to complain. That's a lot of stuff on the one train. Now, admittedly, it's 6 cars, but, you know, and 2 engines to haul it. But I could have gotten away with 1 engine, probably. It would have pulled it, but it would have been real slow. But on the other hand, it's not like it's, you know, going to a competition speedway. It's sitting on a track siding right now. Now what we should have done, and I don't know that this will kill our bots or anything like that, but what we probably should have done is done that beforehand and cleared the forest out with that, rather than ending up with it in our hands to get rid of, you know? Because now the bots are trying to pick it all up and stuff it into our sack. At least it would have saved some of the space. Maybe not all of it, but certainly some of it. Alright, there we go. So how are we looking? We're out of solar panels, and I think we're out of solar panels on the train. Aren't we? Let's go look and see what we got on the train still, if anything. Oh, we got some solar panels on the train. Trouble is, can we get to the train? Oh, there we go. Yeah, we'll just have to go around this way. Trouble ahead, trouble behind, and you know that notion just crossed my mind. Bow, 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 bow. Alright, so we got that. We don't need it. We're out of lights. We're not out of signals, but we are out of lights. And it looks like we are also out of substations there, and there's substations there, so we're okay. Excuse me. Gates. So it would appear, folks, that we can get almost 6 sections out of the train load. Not too shabby. We'll let it get rid of what we can get rid of. No sense taking it home with us. No sense at all. Looks like that's it for solar panels. Yeah. Alright. Well, what else are you trying to put up? Alright. Well, heck, guys, this is turned into a rather long video. I didn't expect it to be this long. I just got kind of into doing the train thing, and it's been an hour and a half. So let me go back to the station, and we'll call it quits. So we want to go to supplies. No path. Did we got a railroad down here? Okay, well, let's see where we're broken. We may have to add a. Let's go forward. Let's see where we're broke. We got a piece of track missing somewhere. Is what it sounds like to me. Right? Wait a minute. Was that supplies that it was saying is no path, or was that? Hang on. Supplies. There we go. No, still no path. So, why do we got no path? Well, we'll find out here, won't we? Aha! It's right. There is no path. And I see where it's messed up at. Alright. It is right. There is no path. Oh, wait. Manual. Get your butt back here. Was already on manual. My bad. Alright. Get out of the train. Because this is supplies. That doesn't meet up. Well, wait a minute. It could have gone... Oh, well. Hang on. We'll fix it. Right? Boy, that looks like hell. Yeah, it ain't liking that, is it? We got undetermined signals all over the place. It don't like that none at all. Alright, so we got that there. We got that there. Do we need one here? And here? Well, that cleared that one. Nope, that ain't cleared that one. That one cleared it though. Alright, so there we go. I know this is going a little long, but I want to get this straightened out. So let's back that ass up. Close enough. So let's tell it to go to construction first. Snaky, snaky, snaky. It'll go down here, spin around. Right, there we go. Alright, so we can get to construction. And then we want to go to supplies. Apparently it has a path now. That's what counts. And I mean, that side railing for supplies is not a permanent thing anyway. That's just there so we can do what we need to do to work. And now, in theory, this should sit here and everything should fill up and it should run until full. And it's going to try and put stuff in here, and it's only going to be able to put as much as it can because it's already got stuff in it, because we put some stuff in there that don't belong there. So these ones are all going to be okay. I mean, they're going to do what they need to do. It's this last one that we're going to have to play with, because it's going to fill it randomly unless we go in and finagle with the chests and get things limited properly and controlled properly. But proof of concept, it works. We just gotta tweak it. All right, so that's that, right, guys? And then it'll fill the chest back up for anything that was missing. Let's go over here. it'd be nice when we get this concrete done. And let's get rid of wood, and let's get rid of any junky stuff that we have that we ended up with that we don't need. I don't see no junky stuff there. I don't see no junky stuff there, just the wood, right? Alright, just the wood. And this will run until this fills up, and we'll just keep putting junky stuff in it. Alright folks, so there we go. We got a fair amount of terrain done. You know, it ain't perfect, but it's there. Next episode we can come out here and we can start picking up this iron ore and get our iron ore back in business, and then we can go up here and pick up this stone. So what we may do, we'll use this one to go down here, we'll use this one to go up here, and this one will go straight up, and we'll put a T in it and go that way. I think is what we're gonna. Whoa, that's something different. What's that? Oh, it's okay. Crude oil with something in it. Yeah, so we're gonna go after this stone. So we'll go up after that stone. We'll get the. All right, so there we go. All right, guys, I kept you long enough. I don't want to keep you anymore. So, you know, comment, like, subscribe. You guys know the deal. I'll talk at you later. Bye.